are the problems in Europe, the sovereign debt crisis, and Greece is coming back to the headlines again because it's clear that the previous bailout wasn't enough and it's not really working properly, and they're in the hole again and have more problems to deal with. Are those problems in Europe actually helping the dollar in the sense that it's making people look at Europe and say that problem's bad there, maybe I should stick with the dollar?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of shorts in the dollar, so it's helping. When the euro sells off, the dollar rises. and that's really what saved the dollar. It's caused this commodity sell-off. But the euro can't sustain itself the way it is. I mean, it's going to disappear. And if you like Angela Merkel, I say this, cut her picture out and put it on your refrigerator, because when the full election comes about, she's gone. The German people have got it. The people who pay taxes get it. They're not going to give their money to a higher cost country that retires earlier than they do. That game is over. So Greece is going to be either thrown out of the European Union, if there's such a, if I'm phrasing the concept properly, but they're going to default.
The promise to the German people was that the ECB would be run like the Bundesbank and that the euro would be managed like the Deutschmark, but obviously the promises are being broken. And I think the clearest example is after the Greek crisis last May and the politicians got together, the ECB announced that they're going to be buying sovereign bonds after pledging many, many times that they weren't going to do that. So it made clear that the ECB is under political control, not like the Bundesbank, which really guarded its independence. Is that part of the reason, in your view, that you're saying the euro is going to have problems?
Yeah, it can't bail out. The original rules. Let's just December a year and a quarter ago. The rules were that you don't bail the members out.
Yeah.
Not only have they bailed out Greece, it's like belonging to a club. You don't play your dues, they usually throw you out of the club. In this case, not only they didn't throw Greece out, they paid their other bills. They paid their car payments, their house payments. It just can't go on. And then, of course, you saw the other countries, Ireland and Portugal, and the really bigger potential would be Spain and even later than Spain, Italy. You can't keep bailing people out. So the concept of the euro works as long as people can discipline themselves to be reasonable in their spending habits. But what we've proven, and that's why there was an original gold standard in the U.S. and not a paper standard, is because politicians can't discipline themselves because they care more about their jobs than they do about their country or their people. So it's 2 and 2 to me that this kind of thing happens. But the key is there is no more bailouts per se as we've seen them, and therefore, to me, the European Union will start, if they're smart, they'll lose a few members and they'll stay intact. But if it starts to come apart at the seams, then everybody, then it'll really be a disaster for the euro, and Germany will be a great place to be, but I mean, it's after the fact. But, it's not going to survive as we know it.
Yeah. What's more likely, that they'll kick out Greece or Germany's going to withdraw itself voluntarily and reestablish the Deutschmark?
I believe Greece will default before that happens.
Before that happens. They're going to try to save the euro at all costs, regardless of the political winds in Germany at this moment in time.
Correct. That's Angela Merkel's mindset, I think, and so is Sarkozy.